Good morning, Tahmina Khan is here in TK Maths is Fun. In today's video, we will see the explanation of vectors and its concept of compose and resolve velocities, which is a part of the syllabus of O-level additional mathematics. If you want to watch more videos on it, you need to visit my website address and my blog address, which is given below here. So let's just start with the concept. If the velocity vector is given to you, and you know velocity vector, either it is given in the column vector form or in the ij form. It is represented like this on the diagram. Wherever you are, wherever the point is, it will move 4 units to the right because it is plus. If it was minus 4 units to the left, you know that. So 4 units to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 2 units down. So you will get the velocity vector here. If you find out its magnitude, you will get the speed, right? So velocity gives you both magnitude and direction. And how do we find the velocity, speed, the magnitude? If you square each one of these, add them and then take under root, right? So you will get here the speed. So you will read the question carefully. If it is asking for speed, you will find out the magnitude of the velocity vector. Now, second thing you need to understand that speed is distance divided by time. We all know that, right? So if question is saying velocity, it means displacement divided by time. So this formula you will remember and we will apply it in the problems. So let's take this, let's understand this concept first and then we will go to the word problems. If the particle is traveling northeast at this speed, at this velocity, why I'm saying velocity? Because direction is given here. Now, you know it is east, west, north, south. When the question will say northeast, it means exactly in the center of north and east at the angle of 45 degree. If it will say northwest, it means exactly at the center here, and this is 45 degree each. Similarly for southeast and southwest. So this is hidden information, but you should understand that the degree here is 45 degree. So if I have to find out the velocity vector of the velocity which is traveling at this speed and its direction is this, you will resolve it into two parts. This is your velocity and this is the direction of it. You will split it into x direction and into y direction. This will give you I and this will give you j, right? So how you will do it? By applying simple trigonometric function. Let me do it anyway. So cos 45 is a over this, you know, cos is adjacent over hypotenuse and sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So you will apply the ratios of sine and cos, you will simplify it and you will get the value of a and b. This is extremely important. It will be asked in terms of bearing, in terms of like northwest, or by giving some angle. We will see all these in the examples. So once you have the value of a and b, it means you have written the velocity vector of the velocity which has this magnitude and this direction. So you should know how to write down the velocity vector, okay, by splitting the velocity into its component. Now in this example, we are talking about the particle traveling on a bearing of 120 degree. Now you need to have a concept here. When we are talking about bearing, we always measure from north. So bearing is this whole thing for the velocity of the particle which is traveling at this direction with this magnitude 20. So if this is 120, until here it is 90, so remaining is 30. Because when we apply trigonometric ratio, we are looking for right angle triangle here. So now I have to find out its component, velocity vector I have to find out. So it is x unit here, and now it will go down. So this will be negative, right? So simply apply cos is adjacent over hypotenuse, and sine is opposite over hypotenuse, So you will get the values of this. I have not written here the values. What I wanted to tell you here, the same question can be done with the help of this diagram also. what I have done here, can you relate it? If you see here, I took this angle, right? I took this angle. You can take this angle also. This will be your x and this will be your y. But then you will use 60 degree. So answer will come same. So x will come 10 root 3. You can try it on the calculator. And y will be 10. So this is how you will find out the velocity vector of the particle which is traveling on a bearing of 120 degree at the speed of 20 meter per second. Splitting and finding out the component of velocity is extremely important to understand. Only then you will be able to solve examination question. So let's take an example here. I'm starting with the easy one. An object travels at a constant velocity from point A to B. So the vector is given to you 32.1 minus 24i, and it is taking this much time. This is a constant velocity they are talking about. You have to find out the velocity. So how do you find out the velocity? Displacement divided by time. Whenever it is written like this, AB, like it is going from A to B, so this vector is given to you, right? And what is written here? Meter. This means this is a displacement he's talking about. If it was written here kilometer per hour, then it means this vector is telling you velocity. So unit is very important. You need to understand, and it is explained here as well. Anyway, so to find out the velocity, you will do displacement divided by time. And now you have to find out its speed. It means you will simply take the magnitude of this velocity. And we have seen how to take the magnitude. 8 square plus 6 square under root, and you will get the answer. Now, another important concept, and most of the examination questions revolve around this concept, with including the previous one. Consider a boat sailing with velocity this. Kilometer per hour is given here, so this is a velocity vector. So somewhere it was where position is given here, 3 and 13. So we will say here position, and it is going with this velocity. So at 1200 hours, the board is at point A. When something is moving at certain time, definitely it is at certain position. So at 1200 hour, the board was at this position. So if we look at the diagram, for example, if you see this is 3 and this is 13. So at 1200 hour, the boat was here, right? And it is moving with which velocity? 3 minus 2. So from here, if you go 3 unit, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 unit down. So that is how we have calculated or found on the diagram where the object is moving. So object is moving like this, right? It is moving like this in 1 hour, kilometer per hour. Next hour again, 3 minus 2. Next hour again, 3 minus 2. So it is going in this direction with the constant velocity, right? So this is how it is explained in every hour where the object is reaching. So if it was here at 12 o'clock, at 1 o'clock it will be here. You can easily find out its position, 6, 11. So what is happening here basically? This is the old position of the object, 3, 13, it was here. Then we know speed is equals to distance upon time, and distance is equals to speed into time. So this is the speed, the magnitude, 3 and minus 2. I mean to say speed, but actually I mean velocity here because it is written in the column vector form. But I'm just connecting it with this because the object is moving with the constant velocity here. So you will multiply time with the vector, velocity vector, you will get the new position. And I have explained to you here, old position plus new position 1 times velocity is bringing it to new position, right? So old plus new position, why? Velocity times time will give you new position here, and then you add up. Then you have to find out after 2 hours, so old position, initial position, 2 times the velocity, because if you see from here, it is if you see from here, it is 2 times velocity, and then add up. Then at third hour, if you see old position, and then and then from here. So every time what is happening, to find out the position at certain time, you are multiplying the velocity by the time and adding the old position into it. Same thing we are doing here. So with the help of this, we generalize a formula. And what is that formula? Old position plus time multiplied by velocity. So if I ask you, okay, this was the position at 1200 hour, what was the position at 1600 hour? So 1600 hour means from 12 it is 4 hour. So I will write 4 here, and I will simply solve it, and I will get the new position of the object. So extremely important. Remember this. Okay. So this is the general formula. I can say R is equals to A plus TB. A is the position from where we have taken the object into consideration, the movement, the old position. And then the velocity with which it is traveling multiplied by time. And you understand this because it gives you how much distance is covered in that time. And then you add up. Okay. In this case, we are talking about displacement because we have velocity vector here. So let's see the example here. Helicopter flies from point O, from point P with this position vector. So this was the position, okay, to a point Q. If I explain this first line with the help of diagram, 50 and 100, it means object was here and it was moving with a constant velocity of 30 and minus 40, means it was going in this direction, the green line. So it was here going in this direction and takes 2.5 hours to complete the journey to reach to point Q. So we will apply the same concept we have seen. R is equals to A plus TV. Old position plus time times velocity. And you will get the position of Q where it is after 2.5 hours. Let's see this example. A car travels northeast. Now northeast means exactly in the center, making 45 degrees with this speed, 18 root 2. So if we split it up into along x-axis and along y-axis, I can find the velocity vector, right? So this was the speed because question was saying northeast. It means exactly in the center 45 degrees, and I can find out its component x and y, right? We will solve these part B and C in a while. Let's first focus on part A. So just like in previous example, we found the value of x and y using trigonometric ratio. We will find here the velocity vector 18i, 18j. So if you want to write in the column vector form, you can write it like this. Question is saying find the velocity vector. You can give it in this form or in this form. Let's do part B now. Now this question is given in terms of bearing. The speed is given to you. Again, you have to find out velocity vector. Now you know bearing is always measured from north, right? So this is 30 degrees. It means if I break up this black velocity, this speed vector into components, so it will be either I use 30 or I use 60. If I use 30, I need to use this diagram, but I'm using this pink one. So I will use 60 here. Again, trigonometric ratio I will apply to find out the value of x and value of y, which will give me the velocity vector of the particle which is bearing on a which is traveling on a bearing of 30 degrees with a speed of 20 km/h. Right? I hope it is clear. And please write exact value. Do not write decimals because it may use later on, so it will affect the answer in your actual problem. Now the last example of today, last part of that question, a plane flies on a bearing of 240 degrees with a speed of 100. Now we know 240 degrees, this one, it is in the third quadrant. So again, I'm splitting it up. X will be negative, Y will be negative. So the moment you will look at the diagram, the bearing, you will know what type of value of x and y you will get, right? So your x is 50 root 3. I have written value here. When I will write down the column vector or the vector, I will use minus sign along, right? And then for sine 30, it is opposite over hypotenuse. So my value is this, and this will be negative. Why? Because it is in left side direction and downward direction. Okay, so you can write it in the column vector form also if you want. Let's see last example. A car traveled from point A with this position to point B with this position. Okay, so the position of point A and B is given to you here. This is point A and this is point B. 60 minus 40, roughly, rough sketch, 60 and minus 40. This is minus 50 and 18. So minus 50 and 18. So this is A and this is B, and car is going in this direction, A to B. The car travels with constant velocity and takes 5 hours to complete the journey. You have to find out the velocity vector here. In the previous examples, it was with respect to origin. So here it is with respect to A and B. So now when you have to break it up into x and a column vector form, velocity vectors, so you will go to the left and then you will go up. So you will find out what is this vector and what is this vector. Right. So now you need to have a basic concept here that velocity vector is basically going from A to B. And if I split it up into position vectors, it will be OB minus OA. Agreed? We have seen this concept in vectors previous videos. So OB is given to me is this minus 50 and 18, and OA is 60 minus 40. So from here, I will get my vector AB, displacement vector AB, and then I will divide it by time. So I got my velocity vector here, which is minus 110 and 58. And then I will divide it by time. It is given to me in the question, 5 hours. So I'm simply dividing it. And I got my velocity vector, minus 22 and 11.6 kilometer per hour. So with this, we will end this video, and in the next video, you will see the examination question, which is basically this one, right? So please press like and subscribe button and share it with your friends if you think it is worth watching, and give your comments. Take care. Allah Hafiz.